Ark Survival Ascended now has 5 very good maps, all inclusive of that initial cost. My name is Couch Coop, and we're going to look at all of them, put them in ranked order, see which ones are best in split screen. Damn, this music goes hard. Now, I think some of you are going to be a bit disgruntled with my first choice, so just let me explain myself. I have gone with the original island. This is the base game map. This was the one we started with on release. Now, everybody has a soft spot for this particular map because of its environment scope. You've got quite a lot of differences in region, what with Arctic and lovely, amazing desert island style beaches, palm trees, turquoise skies. It's beautiful, and it's also got a nice easy front end and access point. So why on earth if you put it right at the beginning? It's the map that I know the most familiar with, and they didn't really move too much around with Ascended. It just feels a little bit old hat for me, but then again, it's a perfect place to sort of learn the game. And I want to mention, with this split screen, it is not for everybody. The symbols are not always legible if your TV isn't the size of a small country, and you may have to sit a little closer than normal just to get all of your stat readings and different numeric visuals. Massive apologies if you've heard me say this before, but I feel this game could operate in an excellent vertical split, with the menus being a lot more legible, inventory tables being a bit bigger and easy to read. You've only got to look at Borderlands 3 to see how much that improves that experience. Also, in the island's defense, on beginning the playthrough with this particular map, I was venturing around a very easy starter area, and I bumped into one of those colossal nightmare fuel new insect things which come with the new game. It ruined my base, it scared the crap out of me, so the map does have some surprises still. I do also want to talk about what you're seeing here. Sometimes a map is only as good as how much you've got done in it, either on a single player or with 2 people. I'm talking about cool buildings, cool tech, cool dinos to ride around on. So if you're going in completely raw, the split screen experience can be quite difficult. I would recommend building up a single player map and then allowing your split screen local co-op buddy in to sort of help around the house, hunt down some easy dinos, because as mentioned before, the split screen does make things a little janky and difficult when it comes to tense tames or difficult situations. So nice and confusing, the next one I've chosen is the centre. The centre aesthetically has exactly the same appearance as the island, but as the name suggests, it's very symmetrical and you are going right to the middle for big boss battles and endgame content. One of the frustrating aspects of Ark, if you want to get good capture or show your audience how gorgeous some of these locations can actually look, is you need to wait for daytime. Ark has a no mess about dynamic weather system that you cannot fast forward, rewind or pause. You just have to deal with it. So just massive apologies for nighttime footage of the island. You'll have to trust me, it is again a very accessible map. Huge easy areas, megalodons everywhere so you can have a good butchers of them, and just an ease of entry when it comes to difficult dinos and extreme terrains. And just talking of difficult situations, Lewis by accident hit a trike that then attacked him, which meant I had to protect Lewis because he's on one of my very fiddly mounts. The whole thing just went pear-shaped. This is why Ark does still make me laugh, because you have no idea about what could unfold. The game is actually billed as a survival game, but with these open map elements and the various pillars of development or getting to a particular area for a good base, you can build your own campaign and story with tasks and accomplishing different things within that local co-op aspect. But of course, you've still got the big end of level bosses and large creatures to kill, so there's just a hell of a lot to do with this game model. Okay, next up it's Scorched Earth, straight up new aesthetic here with the desert aspect, and you've also got some elemental changes with different cactus farming being available with the botanic foliage, and just a whole clay and separate building structures. There's quite a lot behind the differences in meta on Scorched Island. You've got the stuff coming out of the bugs, but more importantly, you've got a whole new array of creatures right from the ground up, and I really appreciate that. Each of these maps kind of comes with their own unique engrams to unlock, and Scorched Earth's got some very cool ones, including a cool new outfit and some great new weapons. But it's that new building material that I'm most interested in, and there's a storm system, meaning you must build shelter and cover before an actual sand/heat storm comes in, which is very damaging, and again, another new angle to cope with within map. There's actually a surprising amount of standing water around. I thought that was going to be one of the major aspects to Scorched Earth, was that you had to go to the bugs to harvest for water, and things were scarce. You may have to invent something that transfers rainwater to drinkable, but no, it's actually pretty relaxed on that front. But once you do venture into the dune-style, really barren areas and start dealing with some of the nightmare creatures out there, you realise that this is far more than you see on the surface. Scorched Earth was also the first map that came with loading in problems on my sprite. So you can see that I don't have a body here. That was only through Lewis's eyes. It wasn't happening when I was putting on my limbs on screen or anything like that. But yeah, you will notice certain areas of jank with this split screen in this game, and I think they should be more polished. But I'm just glad we've got a true 9th gen split screener of this magnitude, to be honest. I do briefly want to explain how this split screen system works within the single player aspect of Ark Ascended. When you get to start a map, it will ask you if you want to play single player or create a server. This would be for your mates to come in, but then again you are tethered, watch out for that, that's another video in itself. But I want to hit on, you can sit and chill with this and build up your maps and get stuff in them, get buildings, get good tames, and then have them ready for whenever you're going to get involved on the split screen front. These are not separate saves, and it's very handy. The other player can also drop in and drop out when they want. And yes, me and Lewis decided to get our asses chased by a T-Rex, which was as fun as it sounds. Aberration is next, and this one's very popular with the online community, as goes with the island and the centre, and of course the next map coming up. This one is of particular interest to me because it's cave based. Like, you've got this rock roof over you all the time, and you get these funny like meteorite storms where elements fall down. There's giant mushrooms everywhere. We do have a new sort of mushroom bark element, but it's the injection of these amazing looking standard dinos that have got this bio and luminescence all over them. The unique dinos and creatures are probably the biggest seller against these amazing visuals as well. You've got the basilisk in here, you've got the reaper in here, you've got the bulb dog, which is just so adorable. Most of these maps come with a really cool companion, and as you guessed, light and the emission of light is really important with this one, because you're going into dark caves. Technically there is no sunshine, although you do see it in rays coming through on holes in the ceiling, which again adds to the mystique of the whole thing. But it's this busyness within map, these different colours and all the glowing stuff going on, and tiny insects, larger new monsters, giant toadstools. You are really wanting to find out more about what's going on with this place, and some of the bosses and secret areas are absolutely awesome. Haven't got to endgame on this though, got quite close on the original Survival Evolved. Again, pretty cool stuff with the unique engrams and some of the outfits, custom outfits as well. But for me, it's just having the aberration version of a lot of your standard tames. Be it the most mundane dinos, they still look well cool with all these distracting glowing bulbs on them. I think it's also the most distinctive looking of these 5 maps. You can almost instantly recognize a screenshot from Aberration, what with all of its unique foliage and structures. There's a lot of what appears to be man-made elements within map, and as with the next map coming up, this is kind of awesome because it sort of helps with your build. If you want to have a wall that's already there, you can just construct off one of these giant megaplexes that exist in this cave, and that also goes for the height thing. You can just get right up and scale, build something very safe, cropped up in the rafters. A great map. If you've listened to me talk about Ark on some of my early patch reviews, you'll be aware that Extinction was something I was constantly asking for, and they did deliver, and it's fantastic. I do want to mention that the Ark designers or developers actually added a VSync mode about 7 to 8 months ago on console. PC had it the whole way through, but once we got hold of this, it vastly improved the performance of the local co-op as well as that single player, and I think Extinction is one of the maps that really benefits from it. It's a stunner. Upon logging into this map, I had a really tense moment where I was miles away from the base and Lewis spawned from the bed, but I was with some high-ranked raptor tame on the back of a trike miles away, so I had to get back to him to get things set up. You get lost, there's no click in to see the way, you have to keep checking the map, but that is one of the fun elements of Ark full stop, getting lost and dying and losing 40 hours. Extinction's biomechanical, almost Giga Geiger design of the unique monsters that are actually passive. You can build them, tame them, mount them, and they are formidable as hell. You also get these little flying drone-like things that can look after you, go out and seek out decent tames, even find elements. I love the extra aspects to Extinction. I just cannot moan about these visuals. This is true 9th gen stuff. The reflections are there, the water disturbance doesn't have anything removed from it as far as I can see from the single player. It's all pistons firing on that split screen with this map, and that's something I very much enjoy. And on that biodiversity thing, on the element front within map, Extinction has these crazy domes. One of them's got a desert in, one of them's got an Arctic zone in. You get this pick and mix of all of the other maps within these crazy sections of the center. It's also got a very intriguing story. It's not something that I would proactively ignore because there's generally cool stuff that you can build and learn about, essentially. And some of the dinosaurs have this awesome purple corruption. You've probably seen that from the advertising and map thumbnail. I've actually run out of footage. They've been blabbing over it so much, I didn't spot that there is no more. I had to get Lewis round again. I did want to briefly mention Valguero. It was a user-generated map on Survival Evolved, and it was very good. That one would be an excellent next edition, please. But here's Generations in the background. I took this round a friend's house the other day. Man, we had a damn good time on it. It's a great split-screen rally. I was Couch Coop. I will see you down there.